Welcome back to Learn from the Pros. We've already learned from Wishy how to attack the uncastled king, so I thought to flip the coin and show you that sometimes, but only sometimes, you can also attack with the uncastled king. And this will be presented by Alexander Grischuk in his game against Wang Yue at the 2012 Olympiad in Istanbul. You can see that Grischuk's king is on a fate, which means that it is difficult to bring this rook from h8. You cannot play rook e8, you would have to move like king g8, king h7 to be able to activate this rook. But there's a better way. We will not move the rook, we will just open a file for it, which is of course the h file. I'm just trying to take all these errors away, it's not so easy. So we will not move the h8 rook, we will open the h file, therefore the move is g5. It's a pawn sacrifice, but it is worth it, because we want to have active pieces. The h8 rook is not doing anything. It's better to give up a pawn but have active pieces. So g5 is a really good move. After h takes, bishop g5. White has won the pawn, but now queen d7. Black will simply bring his queen to the queen side, to the king side, and attack white's king. So this is a very simple idea. You just want to have your heavy pieces on the h file and mate white's king. So white's king is castled, the black king is uncastled, but it is black who is attacking. And this is because the center is closed. So I'm not recommending with this video that you should never castle. I just want to show you that sometimes when the center is closed, there are no open files, it is okay, it can be okay to have your king on f8, for instance, because you can open the h file, you can open the g file and attack the opponent's king. So after queen d7, queen e3, queen f7, we are just bringing the king towards the h file. King g2 was played, and now bishop f6 is also a very strong move. We want to exchange this bishop so that afterwards we can bring up pieces in an easier way, because this bishop kind of controls a lot of squares here, and we don't want this bishop to exist. We also want to push f4, so this bishop is really like the best piece of white in this position, and we should always exchange the opponent's best pieces. After bishop f4, if white takes, then queen takes f6, we threaten f4, then the queen can come to h6. The knight is now much stronger than black's bishop. This is a typical good knight versus bad bishop case, where you can see that this knight on the d4 outpost just dominates the position, while the d1 bishop is so passive and it can hardly move. The knight controls all the squares where it could go to. It doesn't have any good diagonal, so it is a very poor piece here. Then if not bishop takes f6, maybe bishop h6 check, but after king h7, once again, black's plan is very simple. Bring all the heavy pieces to the h file and push f4 at some point, so that the g5 will be open too. This position is also just pretty bad for black. For white, I mean. Black is better. So bishop f6, Wang Yue played bishop a4, but this is actually a blunder, because now, after exchanging bishops on g5, there is a very pretty motive, a tactical motive. Not a difficult one, but it's still pretty. Rook h2 check, so if this rook is captured, then there's a knight fork on f3. You have to move the king, and now after rook h1, king g2, well, he repeated moves once, but not here, because Grischuk simply moved queen h7, after which his opponent resigned. He resigned because he would have like one check, queen f6, and another check. But after king f7, there are no more checks. Black is threatening mate in 2 with rook h1, queen h3. You can see how useful this knight is. It doesn't let the king escape, and how poor this bishop is. Doesn't defend anything at all. It's like as if it didn't exist. There are no defending pieces. White's king is just way too exposed on the h file, thanks to this g5 pawn sacrifice, which opened the h file for our passive rook from h8, black managed to win the game. So as a suggestion, if the center is closed, but only if the center is closed, you don't want to uncastle with the king in the center on open files. So if the position is closed, sometimes it's okay not to castle, but in general I do prefer that you castle. I hope you enjoyed this game. There are many nice attacking games from the London Chess Classic participants, and also the games that they are playing right now are so exciting. I let you join the broadcast again. Bye bye.